lost some siblings during the war, and he was starting to put a fire on a barn, and so the other guy saw it and he put it out, and he saved it from burning down. But otherwise, everything else was fine, and so we came back, and then about a month or two later, we went to Cleveland, Ohio. We took a train. The government gave us so much, I forgot how much it was, to go to your destination. So my sister, my brother, they were out there. See, I had 2 sisters, and my 3 brothers were in Cleveland, so that's where we went. Then I went to my senior year. I went and graduated in Ohio, and after I finished high school, I worked in a sewing factory for a while, and then I came back, I think it was in September, October, I came back to California, and my parents came back before I did, and then I went to beauty school, cosmetology, and then I graduated there, and then I went to work for a while, but after that, my mother got sick, so I took care of her, so I quit working.
What was your reaction when you figured out that the war was over and you were going to be released from camp?
Well, you know, when the camp closed, you were forced to go out, right? You had to leave. So, what's going to happen to us when we go to Cleveland? And there was a little discrimination, but not too much. In fact, the high school I went to, there was a couple of Japanese that graduated from there before me, and I think there was 3 of us. But all the friends that I made, they were very nice, and you know, we weren't discriminated, and I felt, you know, at ease when I was going to school. I made some real nice friends, and this one girl and I became very good friends. So I figured, well, we'll see what's going to happen after I finish school, because I had to finish my schooling first, and then I always wanted to be a cosmetologist. I have my sister. I had 2 sisters and myself. 3 of us out of 5 were beauticians, but so I figured I want to go beauty school. That was what I had in mind after I graduated. And I wanted to come back to California, and I couldn't see myself in that snow, cold. That's my first experience of snow was in Cleveland when I was going to school. Next morning I see all the snow, so I start walking, and then you know how you just go down, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is what snow is, because you never have snow in California, right? But you know, you try to make the best of things that are around you. So I always had that goal in mind to go beauty school.
Did you forgive America after the release, like since they captured her?
Well, I figured it happened. I mean, you have to just make the best of it.
So war is a war, and
yeah, war. You know, it's something that I never dreamed it happen, but then it happened, and so you just have to go. You know, you're an American citizen anyway, and America is my home, not Japan, so.
Did you have anything to go back to once you were released from camp?
Before what?
Did you have anything to come back to after you were released from camp?
Yeah, we still had our home in Southgate, and so we start coming back, and then we start farming again. And I remember people had planted asparagus, and we just all lined up, and because the roots are so, you know, we had to take all the roots out and to prepare it. We all worked hard, and we got the farm going again.
So you were financially secure after the camps?
Yeah, after we came back, and we, had most of our farm equipment was there, so that was good. And then our family got together. Then my brother came back from the service, and then we put up a store, and our main product was strawberries, and then my brother used to go to market buy fruit and vegetables, and then we start carrying milk and odds and ends, and then so that's what we did after we came back, build up the store and farm again.
Did you keep into contact with anyone you met at the internment camp?
Yes, I have, friends, but I think right now, to this day, there's one girl that I still, we just send Christmas cards, but we went to school together, and we were in different camps, but after we got out of camp, then we started to correspond again.
Did you feel like you were freed after you were released from the internment camp?
Yeah, you're not confined, and you have to go get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you're kind of confined it was confined in the camp. You can go out of camp if you got permission. You had to get permission. And they used to have these trucks that used to take you to Phoenix and go shopping if you want to, or if you're say you had a child that needed shoes because the shoe was bow-legged or whatever, and they were able to go out and buy the shoes for that child and come back. And but when I went to Cleveland, it was a different feeling because you weren't confined anymore. You can do anything or go anywhere you wanted to. But in camp, you can go to the canteen or go wherever. But it's not like when you're out of camp. You can go anywhere you want, or you didn't have to go if you didn't want to, And it was a different feeling. But when you say, well, you're free, to do what you want to do outside of camp, but you're not confined anymore. So it's kind of a peace of mind that you're out but you're on your own, and you have things to look forward to. Like in camp, it was just camp, and you were there, and you couldn't go any place. But when you got out, you're free to do whatever you wanted to do. So and so we say free, but it's like no more confinement, and you do what you want to do.
How did you feel about the apology letter?
Well, when they first started talking about it, my husband and I said, "Nah, I don't think we're going to get it." We just thought it won't be possible. And then they kept working on it fine, and they said we're going to get $20,000 apiece. And he says, "Wow," but when I think past, we heard so much about people losing all their, like a friend will keep their possessions with, and then, or they'll take it, or they'll steal it, or whatever. And a lot of people lost a lot of things, like when they had to give up the car, their business, everything. But $20 seemed like a lot of money, and it was. And to a lot of people, it gave them a start. Whereas we already had the nursery, and we were financially able to, support ourselves and our family. But for a lot of people, that $20 meant a lot to them. It gave them a start. Maybe they needed a car or something, and they got to purchase the car with that money. And so I think it helped a lot of people, and we're very gracious that the government was nice enough to give us that $20,000.
Do you feel that it covered up for the internment camp, though?
Well, not really, but financially, we were already stable. I mean, we had the nursery, we had that going, so we did share with our children, Robert and Alice. We shared some of that money, with them because we had the nursery and we were doing okay. And that was kind of extra money for us, but to some people it meant a lot, and it helped them get started again. But the total loss is something that you couldn't really put into words because a lot of people lost a lot of property, but it was a start for them to get that 20,000. But for us, we were already kind of financially okay, but we shared it with our kids.